Hey guys, what's up? How do you deal with your backlog? I've been wondering about that question for a while, and I've come to the conclusion that there's something we gotta do to deal with our gigantic backlog. But first of all, for those who don't know, what is backlog? Backlog in the video game industry means that you have a lot of games out there in your collection, whether they are digital or physical format, that you want to play and that you haven't. Just can't find the time to play all these games that you own nowadays. That is your backlog, the games you haven't played and that you are looking forward to play and you already own them in some form or another. That is backlog. And it's something that's been going on for a while, especially for collectors like us who collect video games, and sometimes we just buy them and we don't play them. Well, for big collectors, those are the ones that I'm leaving outside of this video because they have like a lot of games to play. I mean, if we're talking about gamers, collectors that play games like all of us, but also buy a lot of games, and by a lot I mean they're spending hundreds or even thousands of dollars every month, sometimes every week. And do these people have the time to play all these games they buy? Yeah, I didn't think so either. Anyway, so what's the problem? How do you deal with your backlog? Well, I don't know about you, but I've come to a conclusion. I've come to a way to deal with this backlog, and I'll answer it at the end. A little bit about me, for example. Let's take me for example. Well, I have this job nowadays as a YouTuber, and I make money out of this, so my backlog might be a little bit different than yours because I have a huge backlog of games that I need to play for the sake of the channel, but I also have a bunch of games that I want to play for myself. Whether these games are for the sake of the channel or will help the channel in one way or another, that's beside the point. The fact is that even if I didn't have this channel, I would love to play these games because I want to play them, because it's my hobby, because it's my passion. I just want to play these games for myself. So, when I started playing RPGs, or video games in general, I was very little. Back when you were a little kid, there was not such thing as backlog. You only had one console, a bunch of games, and that was it. But as time went on, more consoles, more games, more ways to play video games, then the internet era arrived. Where do I even begin? To make things short and not bore you with the story of my gaming life, which I actually told in a video called Where the Hell Do You Find the Time to Play All These Games? I did a video like that on my main channel, and I explained there how the hell did I got the time during my life to play all these RPGs. The truth is that when it comes to backlog, I found out about something. People have this pressure thing called backlog, that I think it's a little bit psychological. Why? Because, well, here's the difference. If you guys play on emulation or emulators, if you don't mind emulation like I do, I play on emulators all the time. And there was a time when I was big on emulation, playing games on my laptop, ROMs, ISOs, whatever, and also on my R4 on the Nintendo DS, the flash card, a little flash card, and also on my PSP, which was hacked. My PS Vita, it's also hacked. So the thing is that if we have access to ROMs and ISOs, to emulation in general, if you have, for example, a Game Boy Advance emulator in your PSP or in your computer, then you have access to almost every single Game Boy Advance game, for not to say all of them, the entire library. Same with the Super Nintendo emulator. So now you have like, what, 2,000 games in your backlog? You see what I mean? However, the difference is that those games, they do count as backlog, if you want to see it that way, but they don't have the same weight as a game that you purchased with your money. You buy these games with your money. You put money into them, your hard-earned money. You put them into these games, and now you see them there, especially when they're physical. You see them. You see these games every single day of your life in your room, and you're like, when the hell am I gonna play this? And that's the psychological issue with backlog. It just represents that weight, that pressure. It puts that pressure on your life as a gamer. But what about emulation? What about the digital games that you bought? Do you see the difference? Digital or not, you bought these games, you paid for these games, therefore you feel more weight. And even with gifts, for example, a lot of fans send me gifts, have sent me games as gifts, and I feel the same pressure in a positive way that they send me this game and they put some money into this game. They bought this game, they put their hard-earned money to this game and sent it to me, and now I have it, and I'm like, I can't just not play this game. I can't just leave it there forever and never play it. I can't do that. I need to play it at some point. But because I feel that pressure. But what about my infinite backlog in emulation? See what I mean? So if we're counting emulation, if we're counting all these ways we have to play video games for free, for absolutely free, all you need is a download and that's that, then all of us have an infinite backlog. It's never gonna end. Life's too damn short to be worried about your backlog. But what about games that you bought? You feel the weight of these games because you paid money for them. And that's the problem. So, how do you guys deal with this backlog? How do you guys deal with your backlog? And I mean the backlog that you purchased, not the one that is absolutely free in an emulator. My solution, well, it's not exactly a solution, it's just my conclusion. Like I said before, life's too short, they're just video games. It's not our responsibility to play them, even if we put money into them. Even if we bought them, it's not our responsibility to play them, so why do we put so much pressure on us? It's because we paid for these games. You see, I also have a passion for books, and I also back then had a passion for music. I used to collect music CDs all the time, and if I didn't listen to these CDs at least a couple of times, I always felt like I wasted my money. So I understand every single gamer out there, especially collectors who buy games both physically or digitally, and they just keep adding more and more games to their backlog. So that's the problem. So I think we shouldn't even worry about this. They're just video games, it's just a hobby. Someday we're gonna die and maybe we're gonna die not having played some of these games. They're just video games. Yeah, we love them. We sure do. But come on. It's not like these games is part of your job. Ouch. Damn. Anyway, guys, how do you deal with your backlog? If you have a solution, if you have a ways to deal with your backlog, to not worry about it or whatever, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends. And see you next time.